Dear students, in this video lecture, we discuss the concept of scientific management and the four principles of scientific management given by F.W. Taylor. Welcome to the class. Let's start the class by introducing F.W. Taylor. He is called the father of scientific management. His full name is Frederick Winslow Taylor. He was born in USA in the year 1856. He started his career as a mechanical engineer in a steel company. He coined the concept of scientific management, which made him very famous. He is the author of many books. Some of them are Principles and Techniques of Scientific Management, Shop Management, Art of Cutting Metal, Piece Rate System, etc. Now we will try to understand the concept of scientific management. What is scientific management? In simple words, scientific management is the application of science in management. In other words, it is the use of scientific principles and techniques at every element of management. Some managers follow personal judgments and autocratic methods in taking decisions. But F.W. Taylor is of the opinion that managers should follow scientific methods, use scientific tools, and give scientific training to workers and thereby increase productivity. For example, if workers are slow in their job, motivate them by introducing scientific payment systems where those who work faster get more income rather than punishing them. Next, we will see the definition of scientific management. According to F.W. Taylor, scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it at the best and the cheapest way. Now we are going to see the four principles of scientific management one by one. The first principle is science, not rule of thumb. Here we should know what is rule of thumb. It is a traditional system of decision making where the personal judgment of the superior is what matters. He does things which he feels right based on his personal experience. Only the practical side of an activity is focused and the theory is ignored. There could be another way to perform that work which is more cheap and easy. Taylor called it as one best way of doing things. But unfortunately, the manager doesn't care searching for it and does what he personally feels right. This system is referred as rule of thumb. Taylor said rule of thumb should be replaced by scientific methods. Find that best way of doing a work by using standardized tools, methods, and by giving training to the workers. Thus, quality products can be made by reducing cost, time, and wastage. Second principle is harmony, not discord. Discord here means disagreement or conflict. Managers and workers should trust each other. Unfortunately, in many organizations, managers think that workers do not work wholeheartedly. On the other hand, workers always feel that they are underpaid and overburdened by the managers. But in reality, in order to achieve the best possible result, management and workers should work in harmony. Taylor called for a dramatic change in the attitude of managers and workers to attain this objective. Taylor used the term mental revolution to indicate such a change in their behavior. Japanese work culture is an example of such work situation. Taylor also advocated schemes like profit sharing, to ensure mutual cooperation and harmony between managers and workers. The next principle is cooperation, not individualism. Cooperative attitude originates only when both workers and managers should realize that they need each other. Team spirit is what required for the success of the organization, not individual competition. Management should listen to the creative suggestions of the workers. According to Taylor, there should be an almost equal distribution of work and responsibility between workers and managers. Taylor also calls for paternalistic style of management where the managers take interest in the personal and social life of the workers and look out for their personal well-being. The last principle is development of workers. F.W. Taylor is of the opinion that management should ensure the development, efficiency and prosperity of the workers. To make this happen, scientific method should be adopted in the selection and training of the workers so that everyone becomes efficient and competent to perform the tasks assigned to them. Taylor also supported the formation of a human resource department in every organization exclusively for looking after the employees of the organization. Dear students, I hope you were able to follow this lesson. Here is a list of F.W. Taylor's 4 principles once again. Thank you for attending the class. Until next time, goodbye.